Hello, Cheryl Farquhar. It was
Hello.
such a treat. Thank you so much for being here today and sharing a little bit about your story with people who are dealing with things like imposter syndrome, and they're blocked in their businesses, or they're struggling financially, and to be able to see what has shifted in you. It's just been such a pleasure in what, six weeks, right?
So I've been doing lots of other work on myself with business coaches, and I've done some NLP and that kind of thing. And I got to a point where I was like, something else has to change, something else has to give. And so I was connected with yourself, and we started the trance work, and that kind of took me from somewhere I was really stuck, and I was really struggling with day-to-day stuff and trying to like keep my head above water. So doing the work that we did together, it wasn't only life-changing, it was fun, because I saw in such a short space of time the changes that I'd already made. And so when it came to doing the stuff in the workbook and that kind of thing, it was enjoyable. I liked to do it because I was like, oh, what else can I change, or what else is there that I can learn and grow from this experience.
Yeah.
So that was the best part. Like I wouldn't get to the end and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to, oh, I can't be bothered doing that. Or it'd be like, oh, what am I doing next? Been doing other coaching and stuff like that for probably about 4 years now. And yeah, I've had growth and change and that kind of thing. But the one thing that I loved about the work that we did together was the depth that we got to in such a short space of time. Within 6 weeks, my whole life has flipped on its head for the better. Like I'm a much more confident person. I know what it is that I want to do. And I feel confident now in writing my own story. Instead of the story that I've been told from such a young age of this is how life's supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And in writing that story, from what I understand, you're now earning more money and working less. Is that?
exactly right. Yeah, absolutely. And making that, that decision and that kind of thing. I know before this work, I would have hesitated and I would have thought, oh no, I can't do that. That's no way. But now, when I tell people and I share what I'm doing, I say it with such confidence. And after the first few times I said it, I felt like the world had moved off my shoulders. All of
Yeah.
the responsibility and stuff like that I felt like that I had to have. Now moving forward, I know that, I have the opportunity to, earn more money, working less hours, but also explore so many other things that I would love to do.
Yeah.
My list grows every week of things that I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll do this, or maybe I'll do that. So having that is, really incredible.
So yeah, and that it's much more fulfilling. I mean, you're still a businesswoman. You've still
Totally. Yeah.
got your business going and everything, but you've
Yeah.
freed yourself up to have a fulfilling life,
Yes,
which is
exactly.
so
Yeah,
important, isn't it? So many
absolutely.
people just existing, and working way harder than we need. As women, we're
Yeah,
so good at that, being perfectionists and
very much
and
so.
living
Yeah,
up to everybody else's expectations. And
expectations. Yeah,
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 how has
absolutely.
it? You mentioned something about I know the work that we've done, the relationships.
Mm.
Speaking of expectations and how
Yeah,
things
yeah.
relationships. Talk a little bit about how that's changed
It,
for you.
it's really quite interesting. I'm much more aware and conscious now.
Yeah.
Much more confident in what it is that I'm saying and doing. So yeah, my relationships are much better. I feel like I've connected a lot more with people in the last 5 or 6 weeks as well. Because before it was like, oh, I'm so tired after working, all the hours that I do in the salon with clients, and oh, I don't have time for other people. I just want to, sit quietly by myself.
Yeah.
Whereas now I don't feel like it's that kind of burden or anything anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I'm excited to catch up with those people again, because I don't feel like it's
Yeah.
a worry, or I'm like, oh, I'm too tired or anything like that. So yeah, all those
And
life changing things.
I do know that you mentioned, I mean, even, partners and parents and all of that, those sorts of relationships I know have changed for you as well. And I mean, that's the sort of thing that I get very excited, you know, with clients watching the transformation across everybody. And I think, you know, what you were saying, so many people have this belief that you go into trance and it's like some big crazy thing. But it's, you know, describe what you like now that you've experienced the combination. We do the combination of the trance and the cognitive training.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is it that you experience?
It's almost like you were, you know, you're sitting comfortably, your body's all relaxed, and you're awake, but you're also just really calm, you know, and that kind of thing. And yeah, you just have this sense of, wow, I'm back at whatever chapter it was that you were stuck at, and you move through it so quickly. That's the biggest thing, you know, like it's not like other forms of counseling and things like that where you sit and you dwell and you talk and that kind of thing, because I have also done that. It's, you know, you get to the root cause or the root source of where it is that you feel like you're stuck. You move through that really fast, you heal through it, and you forgive and whatever else it is, the emotions that you need to go through, and then you move on. And like
all in one session.
All in one session. Exactly. Like done.
Done.
And then you come back awake, even though, as I said, you're not asleep, and you feel different. The world looks different. You're different. And the way people respond around you are different.
It's different. It's why I do what I do. I love it.
Absolutely.
Meryl, I can't thank you enough for sharing this a little bit. I know that we do we have a big chat as well. So if people want to see more, they can watch that chat that we'll have up further on in the website. But thank you so much for sharing that. And it, you know, I think it will make a difference to a lot of people. So
excellent.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
thank you.
I'll continue to see you on Voxer.
Yes.
And in the membership. I look forward to continuing our relationship. All right.
Definitely. Thanks, Gayla. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.